get better, and so on and so forth. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but chance is you're being toxically positive. Yeah. So toxic positivity versus real support. And I've actually been in both places. I've been in a place where I was toxically positive, and I've been in a place where I was actually giving someone real support. And before we dive into that, I just want to scream and scream and scream and tell you, stop being emotionally unavailable for your friends. I'm screaming at myself, I'm screaming at you. Stop being emotionally unavailable to your friends. And listen, this is not a "you are a terrible kind of person" video. It is a "you might accidentally be making people feel worse" kind of video. Because if every time someone comes to you, the first thing you say is "everything happens for a reason, things will get better," or "hang in there," congratulations, you are totally being toxically positive. Yeah, and the universe is watching you. So what is toxic positivity, you may ask? So toxic positivity isn't just about being positive, because optimism is good, it's great, and giving hope is really, really important. But toxic positivity is you ignoring, minimizing, and shutting down someone's emotions, or exactly how someone is feeling, in the name of being positive. Yeah. It sounds like support, but then it feels like you are not allowed to feel like that. And the difference is that real support says, "that sounds really hard." Toxic positivity will say, "don't think like that." Yeah. And the difference between the two of them is that one makes people feel seen, the other makes people feel alone. Why do we do this, you may ask? Because I've been a victim. I'm guilty. Most people who are toxically positive, or who use toxic positivity, are not mean people. They're not trying to be dismissive. They are just uncomfortable. Uncomfortable with emotions. They're uncomfortable with pain. They're uncomfortable with a situation where they do not know what to do or how to help you. So they jump to the end of, let's fix this. Let me be positive. Let's fix this. They do that instead of sitting in the discomfort. They jump to the end of, let's fix this. Because some people along the way have learned that emotions are bad. You should move on quickly. You should move on quickly and fast. Also, people think that you have to be helpful all the time. Like you have to figure out how to fix the problem that someone has come with. But that there is the problem with this whole toxic positivity, is that not everything has to be fixed. Some emotions, some things need to be felt. So imagine someone comes to you and they're telling you, "oh, I'm falling apart. I feel like I'm failing at everything, and life just doesn't seem to be going the way that I planned it to go." And your first response is that, "oh, you're overthinking everything, you'll be fine." Yeah, that is you screaming at them, "please stop having emotions," or "I don't know what to do with this that you're telling me." And real support would sound like, "oh, that sounds exhausting. What is it that is overly weighing down on you? Do you want to talk about it?" Yeah. Imagine someone comes to you and they've had a heartbreak and they're telling you, "oh, I'm feeling really bad. I thought that they were the ones." And your first response is, "let us give you a uniform, Bakuwe uniform." Or your first response would be, "oh, men are like that. You'll be fine. Move on." The first response would be that everything happens for a reason. Yeah. So that toxic positivity in you is screaming at that person that the universe apparently runs a heartbreak subscription, or you are not allowed to feel like that. Like, I don't know what to do with how you're feeling. But real support would sound like, "that really hurts, I can imagine. Yeah? Do you want to talk about it?" You get. Or imagine a friend of yours that suffers from anxiety. We all have anxiety attacks once in a while, and then they come to you, they, confide in you of, "oh, I'm really, really anxious about this particular situation." And your first response is, just think positive. Yeah, just be positive. That is you screaming at this person, "you know what? You're not allowed to feel like that," or, anxiety loves logic. Real support would sound like, "you know what, that sounds really scary, but just so you know, I'm here with you." Yeah. You're letting the person feel, and you're showing them that I'm here for you. Imagine someone tells you, "oh, I feel lost. I don't know what I'm doing with my life." And your first response is, "you'll figure it out. We've all been there, you'll figure it out." which is technically true, but it's like you're telling the person that their emotions are useless. Real support will sound like, oh, that emotion or what you're feeling sounds really heavy. Do you want to talk about it? Are we together? So what does real support actually look like? If you don't know what to say, that's okay. We've all been there where someone tells you something and the situation is really huge that you don't know what to say. These are some of the things that you could actually go through. Number one, validate first. Say things like, I can see why you're feeling like that. I can imagine why you're feeling like that. Do you want to talk about it? I can see why you would feel that way. That is you validating their feelings. Number two, don't rush to solutions. Do not rush to solutions. Like we said, not everything needs to be fixed. Not every conversation needs advice. Number three, ask what they need. Do you want advice, or are you just looking for someone to talk to? Do you just want me to listen here, or is there something that you want me to help you with? That is you giving real support. Number four, be okay with the silence. You don't have to fill every silence with words. Sometimes presence is really, really, really important. There's so many times that I've been in a situation and all I want is that person to just sit there and listen to me. And I felt better afterwards. Because real support isn't about you saying something perfect, it's about the other person not feeling like they are alone. As I'm coming to the conclusion, this part might sting a little. If people don't open up to you, it might not be because they are private. It might be because they don't feel safe being honest with you. Because every time they have tried, they were redirected or corrected or shut down or given a let's fix this quickly kind of solution. So here is something for us to think about. What's that one thing you've said to someone that you would actually say differently now? You don't have to be perfect, just be present, and that's okay. If this made you rethink how you show up for people, please drop a comment. And if you've ever been on the end where you've received toxic positivity, please, what is the one thing that the person told you that made you feel worse? Let's share and learn. So that we can talk about. Let's talk about it. Because people don't need more positivity, they actually need real support. So in summary, number one, validate their feelings. Number two, don't rush to give solutions. Number three, ask what they need. Yeah, because sometimes the person just wants to talk. Number four, be okay with the silence. You don't have to always say something perfect, and that's okay. Yeah. So I'm also a work in progress. I hope you don't feel attacked. So let's meet in our comment section and see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. But you could also share if it made sense to you. Bye.